100%. So guys, justice isn't fair in this country. It's not fair. Do you think that the FBI really wanted to raid Donald Trump because of the National Archives, which is effectively a glorified library in Washington, D.C.?
While Donald Trump rants and raves about the supposed raid on his home, two of the sons that he claims have taken to the streets to defend their father. And yes, it is comical. Welcome into TYT's Overruled. I am your host, Adrienne Lawrence. Eric Trump and his older brother, Don Jr., have been heavily invested in defending their father's honor, taken to the airwaves to air out their grievances. Apparently, these Trump men do not like that the Department of Justice is holding their father accountable. Let's take a look at what they're saying. First, good old Eric went on Fox News last night to speak about how disappointed Americans are in the DOJ and FBI.
They're not even talking about any other Republican candidates because they've all kind of, disappeared. They're not even in the equation. I mean, last night I had an argument between two people in a restaurant who are trying to buy Laura and I dinner to apologize to what for what the United States government has done to our family, Sean. I mean, you wouldn't believe the energy out there.
And there's no way in hell I'd ever believe that story. Buy him dinner? I doubt it. I definitely think that Eric is not the smartest of the Trump boys, and this kind of goes to the point. Here he is minutes before he goes on air taking a selfie and also broadcasting Fox News' Wi-Fi passcode. I would not trust this kid anywhere near nuclear secrets. And now let's turn to Don Jr., the more animated member of the family. He had a whole lot to say last night in his rant, but let's go ahead and take the high points in chunks.
My father says that he would have given them what they wanted had they done this, but no, they needed the FBI hostage rescue team, the HRT, their elite tactical unit, and 30-something agents to show up to my father's home, where they then wouldn't allow or didn't want any lawyers present, right? Because I'm sure, given all of the examples of totally above-board stuff that the FBI does, that's totally great, right? Like, I don't know, if I'm the FBI, you want someone's lawyer there so that there can be no other claims later on. But, honestly, they don't care.
Okay, so it totally makes sense to have an attorney wait outside while law enforcement is conducting a lawful search of premises. Definitely, you don't want anybody interrupting. And also, didn't the Trump family say that they watched the search via CCTV?
President Trump and his family probably had a better view than I did because they had the CCTV that they were able to watch. I was stuck in the parking lot there to, collect paper and answer questions.
Yeah. So really, what's the issue here? And as for the hostage rescue team, I think Don Jr. may be confusing his reality with some B-grade Netflix special. Regardless, Trump's reported firstborn son feels quite qualified to offer life advice.
Guess what, folks? There's exactly zero equal justice under the law. You know what? Pro tip for life. This is an ultimate life hack. Become a Democrat. Then you can do whatever you want with no accountability, no legal action. They'll just leave you alone.
Here's a pro tip. Don't ever take advice from a man who has survived off of nepotism alone and who can barely stop slurring for 10 seconds. After spending a good minute, making some nonsense talk about Hillary and Hunter, Don Jr. gave this send-off to his loyal listeners, instructing them on how they can save America.
And the number one thing we can do to save America and prevent us from becoming the dictatorship that these guys would like is to drain the swamp and fire all of the bureaucrats. Enough is enough, folks. This stuff will never end until we do something about it. And they're going to get to a point where we're not going to be able to. So now is the time to push back on this insanity. And that's exactly what it is, folks.
And of course, you can always donate to Donald Trump. Yeah. So will you be making a donation today? You let me know in the comments below. Hit that like and follow button. And thanks for watching.